This year marks the 60th anniversary of Sparkman High School. We asked a few notable alumni to share their memories of Sparkman and how it's impacted their lives.
Sparkman was awesome. It was really cool. It was kind of like a melting pot of, I don't know, like any other school. Like we had two middle schools coming into one. I really enjoyed everything that Sparkman had to offer. It was hard not to be a part of everything, really.
So you had kids from the Madison Crossroads Tony community, the Harvest community, the Monrovia community, and all of these different communities were coming together. And now some of the kids that you played ball against, or some of the kids that you knew from the other schools, now were your classmates. And so for us all to come together, it was very exciting. It was almost like waking up and meeting brand new friends, you know, during your school career.
It was a diverse, exciting, large atmosphere. There was a lot of people here. Sparkman had a number of extracurriculars and clubs that I was sort of a part of that I didn't necessarily plan to be a part of, but was thankful that they offered it here at the school.
Our graduating class, our senior class actually had 154 students. That's how many that graduated. But for me, coming from a little, community, that was a lot for me.
I think my most memorable moment was meeting this lady right here, Miss Debbie, who became the love of my life. We've been married for 48 years, and I can tell you exactly where I met her. It was at the crossroads of the hallway where there was a water fountain. And of course, she came from another feeder school. And when I saw her standing at the water fountain, I thought, I've got to meet that girl. And of course, here we are 48 years later.
High school graduation was probably one for the books. When everybody went across the stage to get their diploma, they would kind of do like a little prank each year. When we came along, we actually wrote really quirky sayings on sticky notes. So all of us had a sticky note, and as soon as we went up there to get our diploma, boom, sticky note right on his his gown that he was wearing.
It was fun. The games were always packed. We never lost to Bob Jones, which is the most important part. And it was a unique place to come and see football.
It's changed from, I think, just from the standpoint of the community has grown. We've got a lot of subdivisions in this area now, and there's just more numbers here.
The culture here has grown in a way that I'm extremely excited to see. To allowing the students to be more cultured and be open and excited about their school pride, and I think that has a value. You don't want to wait until something happens to say that you went to Sparkman High School or somebody goes to the NFL. You should be proud if you are on the debate team or if you're on the newspaper team. Everybody should have pride in some of the things that they do to help Sparkman High School and the culture of Sparkman High School.
I think it's really cool to see the production of the 9th grade school and have somewhere for the kids to go to kind of help integrate them into this huge social change before you come to a big school like this. So I think it's awesome that Sparkman had something like that.
The friendships and the memories that we have of, playing football, the struggles that we went through, but it was through those difficult times that we bonded together. And I look back on those struggles that I was going through on the football field, and then I relate that to my life today and learned a lot of lessons.
It taught me a lot of how to find a way to find my voice.
I would honestly say it's because of some of the relationships that I built here through my friendships that helped me get to where I am. I never expected to go into politics. I never expected to go to the schools I went to, but the people that I met here really groomed me to prepare me without me knowing it for being ready for what I'm doing right now.
My connections from dance team helped me get one of my first jobs in college, and then that kind of just trickled on into other things that I did later in life. It helped with my ability to work well with other people because you're with a mix of so many individuals from all different backgrounds that have all different specialties, all different things that they're good at doing. And so I think when it's important to talk about later in life, knowing how you interact with people, how you interact on the job, and high school really helped me with that.
I remember when I ran for the student government president, I bought these big bags of bubble gum, and I would go around to all the students and ask for their vote, and I'd give them a piece of bubble gum. Here I am now, an elected official, for the state, still handing out bubble gum.
A lot of families here in the area are military families, and they've moved here because of Redstone Arsenal. Well, they bring a diverse background, and they live in areas that aren't particular to Huntsville. So it offers a unique place where you can have, a good home base, a great educational system, enough of a house that you feel comfortable with. I think we've benefited from that. I think a lot of families, when we see in the mid-90s and the early 2000s, came specifically to Huntsville, Alabama. They found themselves moving out to the Harvest, Tony area.
I think one big thing to talk about is the faculty. The fact that I graduated 13 years ago and a lot of the faculty is still the same, I think that speaks like leaps and bounds. It's really cool when you can have teachers that feel like family, and I know I keep using that word family, but I really like being involved and getting to know people, and I feel like the teachers do that to a certain extent. When you have people that are in an institution like this that really care about the people in it and what they're teaching and how people are involved in helping see you get to that next level in life, I think that's one thing that kind of makes Sparkman so cool.
When you look back over my entire life, my childhood and my friendships and my family, Sparkman is right there in the midst of all of those memories.
When I was asked to do this, it made me think about how many times I thought about how awesome this place is.
What you have in here at Sparkman that was the biggest blessing for me was relationships. And I was very blessed that those relationships led to where I am today. But now I have an opportunity to help those individuals that I went to high school with. And I'm telling you, as I'm saying now, you will more than likely keep the relationships in this time frame before you will any other relationships from college or any other professional relationships. The friends you have now, you experience the most important times of your life with, and you'll never forget them.